Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss the 2025 HBO Max, HBO, they keep changing the name, original show The Last of Us, based on the best-selling book series. Video game series, 9 episodes for the first season, 7 episodes for the second season. That's it. I don't like that we're getting shorter seasons, shorter episodes for seasons for shows. Back in the day, there used to be 22 to 24 episodes a season, and now we're being reduced to less than 10. I don't get it. I don't get it. I will never get it, but here we are. So the 9 episodes for the first season, 7 episodes for the second season. The first season was absolutely gorgeous, iconic, insane. I've never played the games. I don't know the story. So for someone who's never played the games and doesn't know the story, what we got in the first season was absolutely gorgeous. 3 acts. We have perfect storytelling, character development, plot points, a time jump of 20 years. That first episode, when all hell breaks loose on the cordyceps, this fungal infection, if you will, takes over the world. That was some of the greatest cinematography I've ever seen. It was one of the greatest episodes of any show ever. I've seen a lot of stuff. That first episode of season 1 is iconic because it sucks you in and you're like, holy crap, what am I watching right now? I've never seen anything like this. Stranger Things did that back in the day when that show first premiered back in 2016, long time ago. I remember saying the same thing, like, you've never seen anything like that before. And with Last of Us, the first episode of season 1, it did that. I was like, holy crap, this is absolutely insane. I've never seen anything like this. Insane. It took you on this whirlwind adventure with the driving in the truck and the plane crashing and driving backwards. It was insane. Absolutely insane. 2 years later, 2025, we now have season 2. Bella Ramsey is back. They do a great job with the character that's written. I don't like the character that's written of Ellie. Ellie is very selfish. But then Joel, played by Pedro Pascal, is also very selfish. So you have 2 very selfish narcissists as the main characters, and I don't like narcissists as main characters. I don't know how else to explain it. They become more selfish in this season as opposed to the first, from what I've noticed in regards to season 1 to season 2. Again, I've never played this games. I don't know the story. I'm just basing this opinion based on the information presented to us as a fresh viewer. The first season had a lot of character development, but then at the end of season 1, the 2 of them became a little bit more selfish, especially Joel, wreaking havoc and killing everybody in the hospital in order to save Ellie. So that way they couldn't create a cure, type of thing. That was in Salt Lake City. So now we're in Jackson, Missouri. We get more time jumps, and there's certain parts of these episodes where it'll say like 1 year ago, 4 years ago, or like there's different time jumps and stuff like that. And we're bouncing a lot, and I don't like when we bounce a lot. I don't know why. It's just frustrating. Like, keep your story stationary. You don't have to keep bouncing back and forth and back and forth. If you want to bounce at a certain point, fine. But don't have one episode of continuous bouncing. It's annoying. I thought some parts were wonky in the sense of believability, and I know it's weird to say for an apocalypse show, but if you've had stuff that's run down for or abandoned for 20 plus years, right? If that's the premise, the apocalypse started in like 03 and it's been like 20 years now. Things have to be more worn down and moldy than they were. Some stuff didn't look like it was touched at all. And I was like, nah, it's not. I don't think that's how that works. I watch a lot of abandoned mall videos. A lot. I don't know why. Sometimes I need to watch one in order to fall asleep. Can't tell you why. Something about the liminal space or the nostalgia of others. I don't know. But I've seen a lot of abandoned malls within a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 year time period that are more destroyed than some places we saw destroyed by nature. Molds, moss, plant growth, stuff like that. More destroyed in the 1 to 5 year time period of watching an abandoned mall video than some of the sets that we got for this particular show. And I'm like, I don't I can't believe you. And that's my own fault because I watch these abandoned mole videos, so I know what mold spores are supposed to look like. The other thing that really annoyed me is why are they not wearing masks in any of these places? A place that has been abandoned for 20 years. There's going to be mold everywhere. It's going to be mildew everywhere. If the cordyceps aren't going to kill you, the mold will kill you. You need to wear a mask. It's just a thing I noticed while watching the 7 episodes. It's my own fault. With this particular story, this girl Abby and her friends trek from Salt Lake City to Seattle, train with this wolf group because the Fireflies don't exist anymore. And then they set to go to Jackson, Missouri, where Joel was apparently last seen, where he and Ellie wind up because Tommy is there with his wife Maria and their son. And so Abby wants revenge. The doctor that was supposed to perform the surgery on Ellie was the first person that Joel shot in the head in the hospital, and then all hell broke loose. So it's a revenge story. So Abby wants revenge, right? There's nice frozen zombies. There's some zombie attack scenes. Eventually, after Abby, then kills Joel, as per the story goes, as per the video game goes, Ellie, of course, wants revenge. She's denied it by the council, but she then goes with Dina anyway, and the horse Shimmer, and then Jesse follows them to Seattle. So we go from Jackson, Missouri to Wisconsin. Jackson. What's the state that they're in? Missouri? Wisconsin? Wisconsin? I think it's Wisconsin. To then go to Seattle, Washington. So there's a few days in Seattle, Washington, and Seattle's having its own problems. There's these wolves versus these scars and who's battling territory and stuff like that. So there's stuff going on, fine. There's certain zombie scenes, and they're not called zombies. There's certain infected scenes, which are pretty cool. The whole subway scene in Seattle, that was pretty neat. The frozen zombies on the mountain, that was pretty neat in Jackson. But there wasn't much infected fighting and stuff. There's these new infectees called stalkers that we talk about them twice. That's really it. It was just more people drama this season than it was zombie drama. And it's like, I'm watching a zombie apocalypse show. I want to see zombies. And the end of the 7th episode, the final episode, ended in a way that Walking Dead ended. What was it, 6? When Negan kills Glenn, but doesn't kill Glenn because it's black. The screen is black and you don't know who dies until 6 months later when you're forced to watch the season premiere. And it's just, that's not how you tell a story. Not how you tell a story. I've gone on many rants in regards to horrible storytelling because of that. And because of that season, that's when Walking Dead's viewership just kept going down and down and down because people were pissed. I was one of them. I read those books. I had comparison. But even from just a standard storytelling point, you don't stop a sentence in mid-conversation for effect. No. They did that at the end of this episode. Abby shoots the gun. The screen turns to black. So you have no idea if Tommy's shot, no idea if Ellie's shot, no idea if Dina is the one who's shooting at Abby. Not a clue. And then you get a flashback a year to Abby in Seattle at whatever the main football stadium is in Seattle. I don't know football. But how is that telling a story? That's not telling a story. That's telling somebody that they're going to be aggravated now for the next 2 years because God only knows when the 3rd season is going to come out. But I have slight interest now in watching the 3rd season, specifically because of how this ending was. This was not an ending. It was not an ending. It was frustrating. It was aggravating. It's not the end of a sentence. You don't end a sentence mid-sentence. It's like I'm telling you something extremely important, and then I say, you know what? And then that's it. No. Why do people do this? Why do people do it? Why do people write it? Why is it approved? Why do people greenlight it to then get horrible ratings? This particular episode, season 2, episode 7 of Last of Us, has a 6.2 on IMDb as I'm currently recording this on June the 20th. Friday, June the 20th, I'm currently recording this. 6.2. The first episode has a 9.1 in comparison. Season 1, episode 1 has a 9.1 in comparison. I don't understand the disconnect. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Season 2 of The Last of Us, extremely disappointing. Had so much potential because season 1 was absolutely excellent. I am not looking forward to the 3rd season. We'll see whenever that comes out. We'll see whenever I watch it. I might have gray hair by the time I decide to watch it. Who knows? On to the next review. Jamala.